Hello, fellow heirs. Welcome back to Weekday Wind Down with the Word, where we are reading through the book of Numbers. And today we will be reading the 21st chapter of Numbers in the NLT version. This chapter includes victory over the Canaanites, the bronze snake, Israel's journey to Moab, and victory over Sihon and Og. So, without further delay, let's start reading. Victory over the Canaanites. The Canaanite king of Arad, who lived in Negev, heard that the Israelites were approaching on the road through Atharim. So he attacked the Israelites and took some of them as prisoners. Then the people of Israel made this vow to the Lord: if you will hand these people over to us, we will completely destroy all their towns. The Lord heard the Israelites' request and gave them victory over the Canaanites. The Israelites completely destroyed them and their towns, and the place has been called Hormah ever since. The bronze snake. Then the people of Israel set out from Mount Hor, taking a road to the Red Sea to go around the land of Edom. But the people grew impatient with the long journey, and they began to speak against God and Moses. "Why have you brought us out to Egypt to die here in the wilderness?" they complained. "There is nothing to eat here and nothing to drink, and we hate this horrible manna." So the Lord sent poisonous snakes among the people, and many were bitten and died. Then the people came to Moses and cried out, "We have sinned by speaking against the Lord and against you. Pray that the Lord will take away the snakes." So Moses prayed for the people. Then the Lord told him, "Make a replica of a poisonous snake and attach it to a pole. All who are bitten will live if they simply look at it." So Moses made a snake out of bronze and attached it to a pole. Then anyone who was bitten by a snake could look at the bronze snake and be healed. Israel's journey to Moab. The Israelites traveled through the Abath and camped there. Then they went on to Abiram in the wilderness of the eastern border of Moab. From there they traveled to the valley of Zered Brook and set up camp. Then they moved out and camped on the far side of the Arnon River in the wilderness adjacent to the territory of the Amorites. The Arnon is the boundary line between the Moabites and the Amorites. For this reason, the Book of Wars of the Lord speaks of the town of Moab and the area of Sephah and the ravines on the Arnon River and the ravines that extend as far as the settlement of Ar on the border of Moab. From there the Israelites traveled to Beer, which is the well where the Lord said to Moses, "Assemble the people, and I will give them water." There the Israelites sang this song: "Spring up, O well, yes, sing its praises. Sing of this well, which princes dug, which great leaders hollowed out with their scepters and staff." Then the Israelites left the wilderness and proceeded on through Mattaneh, Nahaliah, and Bamath. After that, they went to the valley of Moab, where Pisgah peaks overlooked the wasteland. Victory over Sihon and Og. The Israelites sent ambassadors to King Sihon of the Amorites with this message: "Let us travel through your land. We will be careful not to go through your fields and vineyards. We won't even drink water from your wells. We will stay on the king's road until we have passed through your territory." But King Sihon refused to let them cross his territory. Instead, he mobilized his entire army and attacked Israel in the wilderness, engaging them in battle at Jahaz. But the Israelites slaughtered them with their swords and occupied their land from the Arnon River to the Jabbok River. They went only as far as the Ammonites' border because of the boundary of the Ammonites was fortified. So Israel captured all the towns of the Amorites and settled in them, including the city of Heshbon and its surrounding villages. Heshbon has been the capital of the king Sihon of the Amorites. He had defeated a former Moabite king and seized all his land as far as the Arnon River. Therefore, the ancient poets wrote this about him. Come to Heshbon and let it be rebuilt. Let the city of Sihon be restored. A fire flamed forth from Heshbon, a blaze from the city of Sihon. It burned the city of Ar in Moab. It destroyed the rulers of the Arnon heights. What sorrow awaits you, O people of Moab? You are finished, O worshiper of Shamash. Shamash has left his sons as refugees, his daughters as captives of Sihon, the Amorite king. We have utterly destroyed them from Heshbon to Dibon. We have completely wiped them out, as far away as Nisphah and Medeba. So the people of Israel occupied the territory of the Amorites. After Moses sent men to explore the Jazer area, they captured all the towns in the region and drove out the Amorites who lived there. Then they turned and marched up the road to Bashan. But King Og of Bashan and his people attacked them at Edrei. The Lord said to Moses, Do not be afraid of them, for I have handed him over to you, along with all his people and his land. Do the same to him as you did to King Sihon of the Amorites, who ruled in Heshbon. And Israel killed King Og, his son, and all his subjects. Not a single survivor remained. Then Israel occupied their land. And that concludes the reading of Numbers, the 21st chapter in the NLT version. So as I was reading about the bronze snakes, I was just thinking, here they go again, complaining about stuff, complaining about what they had to eat, complaining about not having any water to drink, when God has provided for them time and time again. And so I guess God got tired of them, and so he sent the snakes. But what I was thinking about is that when they was going through this, to me, now you're in a worse position. Now you're not thinking about the food and water, you're thinking about the snakes. So to me, that taught me a lesson that things can always be worse. So give God thanks for the way things are now, things he has provided for me now, because things could always be a lot worse, to the fact that I don't even think about what I'm lacking now. It's just that, my mind isn't going to go there because my situation now is a lot worse. So that is one of the lessons that I took away from this chapter, is that things can always get worse. Be grateful for what you have. Always give thanks for what you have. And because God has truly blessed us, especially here in America. Anyway, I'm going to leave it right here. I want to know what your thoughts are on this chapter. Please make sure you put it in the comments below. And thank you once again for listening to Weekday Wind Down with the Word. And have a nice life in Jesus Christ. And continue to be blessed. Bye.